Hi, I'm Jeanette Keynes from Jewelry Arts Institute, and I'm here for About.com. I'm going to show you how to make this great set of stacking rings out of half-round sterling wire. I have Valerie Bloom here to assist me, and we're going to start right now. Okay, to make these rings, it's really up to you what widths you like. I have an example here with a couple different ones. We're going to use half-round sterling, my soldering board, my medium solder, my ring mandrel, leather mallet, my file, scissors, flat nose pliers, tweezers, and my torch. To get the right length for my ring blank, there's a little gauge right here on the side of your mandrel. It doesn't take into account the thickness of your metal. So if I mark this at 7, like it has here, it's going to be a little small. But actually, that's usually better anyway, because when you're hammering it to get your ring beautiful and round, after you've soldered it, you want to be able to stretch it a little bit. I usually use it just like this. For this one, I marked off at 8, and now I'm going to file the ends. After I get the ends nice and flush, I'm going to start getting the ends together on my ring mandrel. I'm going to use my leather mallet as well. You're not really worried about keeping this beautiful and round right now. After it's soldered together, we'll put it back on here and stretch it nice and round. I'm going to use my leather mallet just like this. My whole goal is to get those two ends nice and flush together so I can solder them. If you find you're having too hard of a time getting them together, you can always stop and anneal to soften up the metal if you find it hard to work. We're using medium solder because there aren't any other solder seams in it. Put the solder down on your board, your solder seam directly on top, then you flux it and you heat from the top. When the solder gets hot, it's just going to flow right up and fill the seam. We're going to let it cool for a little bit. I'm going to dunk it in the water. Soldering always makes the seam kind of crusty and dark, which we need to clean off. So we'll put it in a mild acid solution, which we call pickle, just for about 2 or 3 minutes. When we make up a fresh batch of pickle, we're going to use about 1/4 cup of the sodium bisulfate per quart of water. Extremely important, add the acid to the water, not the water to the acid. So I'm going to put it on my ring mandrel, and I'm going to whack it using my leather mallet. I'm looking for 2 things at this point. I'm getting the ring nice and round without any funny waves, and I'm also getting it to the size that I want it to be. Because the ring mandrel's tapered, I'm also going to take it off and flip it over so that you make sure that your ring itself doesn't end up a little bit coned. Now that it's the right size, I'm going to take my file, I'm going to clean up the seam. You really want to take the file and follow the curve. I can flip this around and do the inside now of the seam. A finish that I really like and that you can get right out of your kitchen is a Scotch-Brite pad. It really gives you this great satiny finish. Putting a different finish on your jewelry can really affect how it looks. Thanks for watching. To learn more, join us on the web at About.com.